We're just a little bit early for our Friday night live at 5. So we're going live just to give everyone an opportunity to find us, because a couple people were saying they couldn't find me. They were going to my old YouTube videos and going, I can't find your lives. So every Friday night at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is here on the West Coast, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. for you folks on the East Coast, I never deviate from my time for my public group. It is always Friday nights at 5. That's why we kind of capped on that phrase or whatever. So tonight we are doing traditional patriotic. Last Friday we did the Americana version, a little bit rustic, a little bit country, the grapevine, that type of deal. We are going the traditional red, white, and blue, and I decided that we're going to do it Deco mesh because sometimes Deco mesh has a tendency to hold up better than the grapevine. Some folks just like the overall look of a Deco mesh wreath, so we're trying to appeal to all different types of customers. So we're going to be using a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. I have red, white, and blue pipe cleaners because that's going to help me with the placement of my ribbons. We're going to do a red and white 21-inch Pouf base. We're going to come back in and offset all that red and white with some of this metallic royal blue to kind of break that up and to bring those colors back in. The sign we're using is the God Bless America sign. It's on a really heavy duty, I don't even think I'd call it tin. It's more metal. It's a lot heavier than the signs that I'm used to working with. We're doing a wide variety of different ribbon. I think I have 6 different ribbon, and then we're going to top it off with some bows, flex tubing, and I think that's it. So, are the people joining us? Because it's officially 5 now, 5:01.
Yeah, people joining, yeah.
Okay.
Gail, Yvonne, Venus, Teresa, Yvonne, Sandra, Carol, Bobby, Nan, Lori, and Simone, Audrey, and Linda. So yeah, there's
and then a bunch of people you just don't know.
And a bunch of people I don't know yet.
Right. Okay, so this is the public group. Feel free to share this video. You can share it to your page. It's easier to find if you like the technique and want to refer to it once you go out and purchase all of your patriotic decor. You should be, I don't think you'll have a problem in trying to find deco mesh in the colors that you'll need. Ribbon might pose a bit of an issue because people are starting to purchase that now for the 4th of July. There's not an awful lot of folks that put wreaths up for Memorial Day, but that's generally when the patriotic holidays start. So buy your patriotic ribbon now. If you're gonna kind of vary, I would stick with your traditional red, white, and blue, and then offset that with a little bit of tan and throw down the like rustic Americana vibe, and I think you should be pretty much set. But you should have no problem finding red, white, and blue mesh anywhere throughout the year.
And Bobby's on too from Perpetual Ribbons. So.
Yes, so, and then as Bobby knows, we're always 2 months out. So even though it's tail end of April, May, June, we need to be like focusing on 2 months ahead, which is end of Memorial Day, 4th of July. We're going to start that whole Christmas in July. Somebody posted on Facebook that Hobby Lobby is slowly starting to get their fall stuff in. So you guys know, for us as creatives, we follow the retail chain. So get your patriotic stuff made. Do not wait until 2 weeks before the major holidays to start listing this stuff on your social media sites like Facebook or Etsy. Get it rolling now. So let me go over with you the placement. This is on a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. You could do this on a work frame, but I'm taking like $5 off by bringing it down to just the Dollar Tree wreath frame for $1 versus $5.99 to $6.99 for like a metallic pencil, red, white, or blue. You can kind of get by with this, especially with doing the Pouf method, because you kind of lose your pipe cleaners in the midst of that. So, like I said, I have them lined up on the 14-inch Dollar Tree frame. There's 6 sections. So we put 1 pipe cleaner tying together the first 2, and then we tie the outer 2 together using the middle as our guide and kind of, you know, trying to keep everything pretty much centered. So I'm going to finish the last section for you, and then we can go ahead and start with our Deco mesh. So I'm just going to take the pipe cleaner, and this is what I've done in every single one of the other 5 sections. So I have taken the first 2, that's the innermost and the one next to it, and we are going to center that between the welds, give it a couple twists, and then I have them like color coded, so they're red, white, blue, red, white, and blue. So I'm not worried about like, well, there's 2 whites in that section. Shouldn't there be like a red, white, and blue in there? No. Just kind of go with red, white, and blue on the inside, red, white, and blue on the outside. So I'm going to bring this one over and wire together my 2 outside rails, centering the middle one that I just put on and the weld. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side.
Albina said, hi, first time watching live, but been looking at videos. Love Kat, she's amazing.
Where are you from?
She said she's from Louisiana.
Oh,
Albina.
awesome.
And then Bobby said, don't forget her site will be launched May 1st, which is Shopify.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
That's on her birthday. So happy early birthday, Bobby.
So are you still going to keep your Etsy store open too, or are you just migrating everything to Shopify? I'll wait for Bobby's response for that. So now I'm going to take this 21-inch red and white banded Deco mesh. You can buy this pretty much anywhere. Craft Outlet, Reshop, Trendy Tree. I'm starting to see, I went to Hobby Lobby today. They have a red, white, and blue one, but this one came from Paper Mart. So you should have no problem finding red and white. And this would make a perfect candy cane too, because I'm thinking, peppermint bubble wreath would look super cute. So I'm going to change this up a little bit, as you guys have seen me do in the past. I am just going to take and gather my top, because it turns out a little bit nicer this way. And then I am going to take all of this. Let me flip my outside ones flat, because I always do those last. I just focus on the inner ring first. Just makes it easier that way. And then I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to tuck it in between the inner, between the 2 middle ones right here. And then I'm going to flip this over. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to zip tie this entire thing to the underside of just one of my pipe cleaners, so that we can start our poofs on an even basis.
Maricel or Marcy said, don't forget to pray for Peggy and Charles.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I just left her a big, huge message before this live.
Terry said, missed the last few lives. She actually just got that sign, so obviously the sign's available
someplace else.
To note it, yeah.
Right, and I think some of the other vendors are selling them, and this is what I saw on somebody else's Facebook post. It kind of has a wood grain effect to it, and it kind of makes it look like the sign's made out of wood. This one does not. However, if you're working on that particular type of sign, make sure you list that or describe it that it does have a wood grain appearance, but it's actually a tin or aluminum sign. I guess a customer got upset because they thought it was supposed to be
wood.
No, they thought it was supposed to be metal, and they said it turns out it's wood, but the customer didn't do this to realize it just looks so lifelike.
Yeah. She
just assumed that it was wood. So just make sure you accurately describe everything. So I'm going to start doing 10-inch poofs. So, and I'm just going right around the middle. So I'm going from right where I zip tied. So I'm starting my first poof. This way I can get 6 full good ones in the middle. And do a couple twists. And then we measure another 6.
Hi, gals, just joining in. Bobby said yes, her Etsy store is going to stay open.
Oh, good.
And then she said, why aren't I seeing anyone else commenting? Bobby, either swipe left or swipe right. Maybe you just have the
comments turned off.
The comments
it's
turned
like
off.
Quiet mode or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had people do that before. I can't read anyone's comments. And then sometimes it's a new thing now on Facebook. Like the comments will fade away, and if you just tap the screen, the comments come back.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah. Oh, Jean said Dollar Tree has some great metal decorations for the wreaths now. Stars, flags.
Ooh.
Also small holes for patriotic floral arrangements and some cute wood signs for wreaths.
We are going to have to go
Thank you,
over
Jean.
there. Yes, definitely. Jean is our local Dollar Tree representative who will generally tell us whenever Dollar Tree gets any of their stuff out, like witches hats for Halloween. God, I can't believe it. I'm like sitting here. It's so crazy to think. Okay, we're finishing up like Patriotic, and I'm like, wait, 4th of July isn't even here yet. So I'm always like, I have to go outside and decorate for the current season, even though creatively stocking my store for the next season, which is just, it's hard. That's why Christmas this year just, I don't know, because we were doing Christmas all the way back in September. So by the time December rolled around, we're like so done with Christmas.
Claire also said that she just finished a Patriotic Wreath today also, so good job.
Good
You're
job.
ahead of the trend.
Yeah, you're right on schedule.
Yep.
So,
And then Christine said, hi Kat, I'm a newbie from Ontario, Canada. We are crafting deprived. Love your videos.
oh, well, we have a lot of crafters up there in Ontario, Canada. So if you're looking for places to shop supplies, let us know, and we'll try to hook you up with the local people out there in Canada. Because I know you guys don't have like Hobby Lobbies. You kind of have to cross the border, and then you have to declare all that stuff as you come across. So
Pat, no, she's doing a Pouf.
yeah, what did they think?
She said, well, shucks, I thought you were doing a swag. Maybe next time.
Swag.
Yeah.
No. But it's similar. So a swag is just poofs by itself, or poofs on a
I wonder if she maybe thought you were
rail.
just going to swag just on one side.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay. So I finished out my 6 poofs in the middle. As you guys are watching me, I was sitting there fluffing them up. So here's where I'm at. And rather than jump down right here to this pipe cleaner, I'm going to go over here to this one and then keep going all the way around. Again, 10-inch poofs all the way around. So, and this is a really soft deco mesh. It's not overly thick, but it still has a nice high foil on the red. So it really makes that red pop, which is good. I find that high foil, if you're gonna do minimal to it on top, will make your wreath look more full. Like this one behind me, this is a high foil red, silver, and blue. So you just see the threads in here, and all it has on it is curls. So it just depends on what you're doing. Like we're gonna put ruffles on top of this to break up all the red and white, because all I'm thinking is peppermints and candy canes.
A couple of gals said they thought I saw a post that said a Patriot lantern swag.
No. We were, I know it's not Patriotic Lantern swag. Jeez, now you guys are going to make me second guess, and I'll have to go back and look. Because usually I shoot you a picture around 12 or 1 of what we're doing. And
yeah, just a regular deco mesh wreath.
We've done a Patriotic Lantern swag already. So you can find that on YouTube. If you just go to my YouTube channel at KatsCreationsNMore and look up Patriotic Lantern swag, you'll see the one I did last year. So
Patty says she's already made a couple of mesh patriotic wreaths this week and they sold immediately. That's awesome.
They have. That is really honestly what's selling. Like the Patriotic Angels, I think that I showed my private group, I have sold 3 or 4 of them already, because they're perfect. They're small. The shipping is average to ship them from here to Florida, so the weight isn't a big issue. People could use them on graves, like headstones, and put them out on the gravestones during Memorial Day.
Brenda asked how large are the poofs?
These are 10 inches.
10 inches.
Yep, just 10-inch poofs. There's no need to go any bigger. So I'm going to start to try to pull some of these out. Usually I just wait and do it all at the end, but I'll make sure I pull my pipe cleaners down and get them found before they get lost. So let's see, we are.
Judy asked, where did the mesh come from?
This came from Paper Mart.
Paper Mart.
So if you look, Paper Mart is a wholesaler, so you have to have your wholesale license. So just your seller's permit or your business license, and you can buy from a wholesaler. But they don't have free shipping. But their prices are really good, and so far I have not been disappointed by any. Even their basic, it's like craft outlet. Even their basic deco mesh or their value deco mesh is still really good quality. And this is really soft, so it's not really harsh to work with. It's not scratchy.
Oh, that's good. Jean said Dollar Tree also has red, white, and blue wind pinwheels.
Oh yeah.
And if you can, try to go to more than one store, because they're having a lot of different stuff at different stores for some reason.
That's interesting. Or we could go online and maybe have all that stuff drop shipped to the store, if possible.
And there's another girl, woman, Gail Coleman, said I made a Patriotic Wreath using the same sign. Looking for some accents for it. She's going to give it to her church for a missions auction.
Oh, that's going to look amazing.
Thank you so much for teaching these different ways to make wreaths. I haven't made any to sell. Hope I get interested in the auction.
Oh, yeah. You never know. It's so funny when people say, oh, I'm not really interested in selling. I'm just making this for a friend. And then it turns out their friend sees it. Their friend shows somebody else. And then all of a sudden your name gets passed around as a contact point. And then without realizing it, you're kind of in business in a roundabout way.
Get some business cards. They're cheap.
Yeah. What is it? I'm trying to think of who did we go through for business cards. They're not that it's expensive, like $10 or $11.
I bet.
So you just never know. Sometimes when you're shopping for supplies, people are looking in your basket going, what are you biking? And then that just opens up a whole nother door for a conversation. You go, well, I make wreaths. And they're like, oh, really? Do you have pictures? And you go, Do you have a business card?
Twyla, the mesh is from Paper Mart.
Yeah. But you can get it anywhere.
Kathy said I bought a lot of things from Paper Mart and I don't have a selling license or anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Paper Mart just started wholesalers. You have to have a wholesale license. So I wonder if maybe that was pre-wholesale? Because that was one of the things I had to do.
Vistaprint. That is where we're getting it from.
Vistaprint.
Yep.
Thank you.
Teresa said the same thing. Vistaprint is cheap for business cards. Yep.
It is.
That's where we're getting them from.
Yes.
Thank you, Tricia.
I totally forgot.
Stacy, the poofs are measuring 10 inches. They're 10-inch poofs.
Yeah. So I'm finishing my last one to the outside. And then I always look at how much deco mesh I have left. So I'm just going to add this one to the pipe cleaner that I had when I came down from the top rather than open it. It's always helpful to take your pipe cleaners on the outside and just keep pulling them to the outside so they don't get lost.
Kaylee's on.
Kaylee's on?
Yeah. She said something funny. She said, you almost have 10,000 subscribers on YouTube.
I know, it's crazy. I've been on Facebook longer than YouTube, and I was waiting to see if my subscriber base on YouTube was ever going to surpass Facebook. And YouTubers, man, that's all I can say. The younger generation just likes to sit at home and watch videos. So we're making sure that there's lots of people, different time zones. There's a lot of people who aren't on Facebook, believe it or not. So if you're just a Facebook crafter, you're missing out on a whole nother audience.
Yep.
Okay, so now what I'm doing, let me do this. Let me spread these apart because I was fluffing them. So in between this, the inner and outer, I'm just using the last little bit of my deco mesh to kind of zigzag back and forth. I think the poofs are, sometimes they're about 10 inches. It just depends on how close the next pipe cleaner is. I might take it down to 5. But what I'm doing is just running another layer of deco mesh right down the middle, just to fill the gap even more. So otherwise you're just gonna throw away, like, I'm trying to think how much Deco mesh, maybe 60 inches. You're gonna throw them all away.
There's a Tammy Schreckengast. Hello, my first time watching from West Virginia. Hi, Tammy.
Thanks for joining us. I'm always interested. How do you guys find me as first-time viewers? Are you just scrolling through your Facebook news feed and I just happen to pop up, or are you watching me through a friend's Facebook feed? I always wonder how newbies find us.
And then Teresa said, hey, you never know when you get a good YouTube base and they will start paying you to make videos. They are.
They are right now. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's monetization, so.
The companies that run the ads, but that's something I'm going to be teaching my business class, is some additional ways of making money besides just crafting and selling. So that was Kaylee's idea. I have to credit Kaylee for that, because she's a big YouTuber. She's like, Mom, get your videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I was like,
then we had to figure out how to do it.
Technology, right? But then, you can do it.
There's a Tina Knight says, I found you on YouTube first.
Oh, okay. I have been going over to my YouTube people that leave me comments and saying, hey, if you ever want to catch my live, go to Facebook Friday night at 5. Because some people say, I can never catch you live. I'm like, well, I don't do lives on YouTube. They're just the replays. And
then Wilhelmine said, I learned to make wreaths on YouTube. Teresa said, my sister shared you and that is how I found you.
Gotcha.
And then Kim Wood said, I looked up Deco Mesh Wreath and your YouTube video popped up.
How funny.
Simone said, I also found you first on YouTube and then migrated to Facebook.
Okay.
Well, there's quite a bit. Diane said, I found you on YouTube first.
See? YouTube. So I think that's a sleeper for us as creatives. And people go, oh my God, you know, I'm just getting into Facebook. And now she's like, you got to be on Pinterest and you got to be on Instagram and you got to be on YouTube and you got to be everywhere. But you do. I mean, look at how people are finding me now. It's not just, hey, they happen to find me on Facebook or Instagram. And so that's how you market. Take advantage of free marketing and build your customer base.
That was nice. Brenda said, you're one of the best teachers out there. Can't wait to get my cast off my hands so I can do wreaths.
You know.
And then that Tammy Schreckengast, or Schreckengast, actually said I said her last name right.
Oh, really?
Schreckengast, I think is what I said, yeah.
But
and the Venus I just said I found you accidentally.
Oh, okay.
Gail actually said she found you in March of 2018 on YouTube.
And that's true.
Yeah, I watched you for the weekend, and then she said the rest is history.
Yes. That's funny.
Well, so I think now you're getting more people finding you on YouTube.
Well, like I said, here's the thing, right? This is the one thing that I've been learning in my business class this week is you've got to prepare for, if they call it eggs in one basket. So you don't want to make sure that your eggs are all in one basket. So meaning, if all you do is Facebook and that Facebook is your thing and all you sell is on Etsy, what happens, because we've all seen it happen this year, what happens when Facebook crashes? What happens, hypothetically, if Facebook just decides, and you know they can, at any random time, to shut down your page for a couple days and then reopen it for no apparent reason? It's like, oh, well, we were just checking out a few things. You're out of business, right? You can't talk to your people anymore. You have lost communication. So you've got to put things in place. I always call it my backup plan, B, C, D, and the other letters of the alphabet, to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. So this is my last one, and look, is it my last? No, I have a couple more to go. I'm almost to the end of my roll. So making sure that you have eggs in other baskets. So if people can't find me on Facebook, I have YouTube. If people can't find me on YouTube, we're trying to get Vimeo up and going, which is just a platform that YouTube uses to show the videos, I think. So, and
yeah,
then
we have to pay extra for that.
Vimeo, I don't know.
Yep.
Sometimes they offer free services for depending upon how much content you're going to upload. So,
Alvina, the poofs are also 10 inches, both in the middle and on the outside. They're all 10 inches.
and I'm just kind of judging based on where my pipe cleaners are as I'm bouncing from, I go zigzag, so upper, lower, and I'm not going every single one. I'm just going like in each section, kind of up and down.
Hi, Caitlin.
This will be my last one.
And Brenda said my first time was Steve's fishing wreath on YouTube.
That's funny. I've got to repost that. And that's the nice thing too, right?
Yeah, that's right. You can just repost it. Connie asked, do you have a business coach?
Yes, I do. I
have two of them.
Who's the second one?
Well, you learn a lot from both Rachel and Dave.
Oh, Rachel Hollis.
Yeah, but Jennifer is your.
Here's how I pick my business coaches. I know how I want to run my company. I want my company faith-based. So I want to be able to be encouraging and motivating and help people to take their hobby, if that's their sole desire, and turn it into a business. Whether it's part-time or full-time, I'm hoping at some point to get it full-time. I have a very lofty goal that I don't want my husband working. I want my husband working for me. So you've got to start putting things in place. So you pick the coaches that fall in line with the same things that you admire. So I just found people that I could relate to that were successful in what they did, and they could still share their faith and still be success in that. So I follow Jennifer Allwood. I follow Rachel Hollis. So both of them, they're 15 years. Well, Rachel's quite a bit younger than me, but I think Jennifer's in her 40s. She's based in Kansas.
Yeah.
So those are the people I follow.
And Rachel's more of a writer and speaker.
Yeah, she's more of a motivational type of a coach right now. She's like the Tony Robbins, but for females.
For women.
So, all right. So what I did, as I wasn't explaining, is I got down to my last poof. I cut. This is all that I had left. So really, honestly, not that much. I can't use this for anything, except maybe, I don't know, some cheesy lantern swag thing or outside. But I cut it, and then I just fed it back inside where I ended, added my zip tie, and then cut off the excess. So it creates a very clean look, and there's no frays because everything is contained. The poof method makes it nice, it makes it poofy, there's no raw edges to deal with any frays, and there is our poof base. It's fairly full.
It's really thick, yeah.
There's still some spots where you can kind of see into it, but now we're going to come in with the 10-inch metallic.
Show them the back.
Sure.
Tell them to ask what size is your frame so you can kind of.
This is 14-inch. It's
14
Dollar
inch.
Tree. So you can see it takes it. Let's see. So there's the back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what this measures right now. It's pretty much 24 inches by 24. So it's a 24 by 24. And then once we start adding the ribbon and everything else and elongating it even more, you're going to put about 1 inch on either side. So it'll be a 26-inch diameter, about 6 inches thick.
And then one of the gals asked earlier, sorry I didn't ask the question earlier, is she asked, do you just fold your twist ties over, or do you cut them when you're done?
My twist ties?
Yeah.
You'll see I cut them off when I'm done, but I use them right now to hold all the embellishments I'm going to add. So now I'm going to take the 10-inch, this is called a Royal Blue Metallic Craft Outlet. You will need to start picking these up because of the patriotic holidays. So if you're going to order from your online retailers with the good quality stuff, you'll want to start stocking it now. So you can get about 2 wreaths out of each 30 feet, 10 yards, 30 feet roll. So it just depends on what measurements you're using. So these are cut to 13-inch pieces. And the only reason I'm adding this, I could stop right here and just embellish and it would be fine. But I want to cut down all the red and white and add the blue, because then it'll really make our sign pop. So I'm just going to ruffle these little bow ties, scrunchies, whatever you call them. And I put the finished edges to the outside and then to the inside. So I'm just going to start right here. And I'm laying them in the existing pipe cleaners. And I'm going to give them like a twist and a half. And then we're just going to leave it like that. So this is just to add that pop of blue. You could come in and add curls of red, white, and blue. That would be an amazing look as well. I think that's what that is. It's just curls. It's a poof base, but with curls.
Interesting. I think Facebook is doing that thing again, because I just saw a comment pop up.
And then it left?
And then it left.
Ah.
So
if you comment, and it's a question, and Steve doesn't catch it,
yeah.
Ladies, if you guys can see it, the people that follow me quite frequently.
It was just the last gal who commented. The last comment I can see is from Jessica, who said so pretty.
Okay.
There was one comment after that. So if you can, retype it, and I'll see if I can find it. But for whatever reason, yeah, it didn't stay.
Well, you said that you thought Facebook was up to something today. Remember, before we went live, you're like, Facebook's doing that thing again.
Yeah.
So we shall see. So we don't want to completely cover up our red and white. So I'm just adding this in to those little areas in the pipe cleaner. That's why I didn't cut these any greater than 13 inches. It's a little on the thin side, even though it's really good quality mesh. So I wanted it, when I bunched it together, to reflect a deeper blue, like the blue that you see on the roll. So that's what I'm doing. Plus, this is going to create a really good base for the sign to sit on in the middle. So
Deborah, maybe that was you. She said, I love the sign you were going to use.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Like I said, I got this at the Shinoda Design Center, which is our local wholesaler. Local. It's local in our state, not local in our city. I think it was a 2.5 hour drive to get there. But I saw them on my way out, and I was like, I have to get that.
But do we know if it's like a wholesaler like Burton & Burton or Craig Bachman?
You have to have a wholesale license.
No, do we know where the sign came from?
Oh, I don't know if
it's a Burton & Burton or a Craig Bachman or...
It could be a craft outlet. It could be a Burton & Burton. You never know. You never know who's carrying stuff and where they're getting it from.
Have a great weekend, Bobby.
She's off and running.
She just posted and gave everybody her
address.
Her website address for once it launches on May the 1st. Yeah.
That's a really good place to go to for ribbon. Because matter of fact, I had to reach out to her because I have a custom order for a Steelers wreath.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you have the, what is it? It's the chevron, the black, gold, and white.
The gross grain? The
gross grain ribbon, because I had looked on Amazon, I had checked Craft Outlet. I knew Craft Outlet and Trendy Tree didn't have it. And I was like, do you have it? And she was like, nope, don't carry. I only carry the wired. So thankfully, based on my taxes last year, I could remember who I bought that ribbon from, which is Oh My Gosh Goodies, right?
Yeah.
And they're on Etsy.
But it's mainly for sports memorabilia stuff.
Yeah, it's like cheerleader, sporting, and I don't think, I don't know if all of her stuff is wired or not, but because this is like it feels like a rubberized gross grain, it actually holds up really well to creating tails, like on the outside of my wreath with those Steeler colors. So that's what I use.
Yeah, so Julie, we got the sign from Shinoda Design Center down here, but Coleman said Craft Outlet had that sign if they haven't sold out. So
Yeah,
there you go.
That's the whole thing, right? Everybody is selling out of everything. Like, I went to Hobby Lobby today because I wanted to do a red truck Patriotic Wreath, and I was looking for red trucks. So, no go at Hobby Lobby right now.
And Jean, the blue Deco mesh is cut to 13 inches.
Yeah, lucky 13.
Yeah, Christine already said that too. Thank you, Christine.
And ladies, feel free, if you guys can answer the questions, by all means, jump in and answer away.
And Belinda's all, go Steelers. Yeah, we've got a couple good friends that are huge
Steelers fans. Yeah, I was like, I need some 49ers fans because I have a lot of San Francisco 49ers stuff I need to like make a wreath with. So if you know any 49ers people, let me know. And
then Elvina asked, are you putting in the ruffles in every single hoop? So yes.
Just to cut that red and white down quite a bit. So first of all, I went and I did all the 6 on the inside, and then now I'm just doing the 12 on the outside. And then we'll add our sign and then start embellishing. So this is just nice to add a little bit of patriotic stuff to it. Oops. Yeah, I should do that.
Kim, she's putting the ruffles, the blue ruffles that she cut to 13 inches in every single pipe cleaner. So it's in every spot where it's over the poof.
Yeah, so you'll see the poof, and then there's a ruffle in the crevice, and then you can kind of fan them out if you want. But I like to keep the little poofs to where you can see them. So I try really hard not to break it up too much because you still want to see that.
So Wilhelmine said, at home has a red patriotic truck sign.
Ooh, oh, we don't have an at home.
No, we don't.
I just ordered some from Lee, a person Lee, or she had like 3 of them. So there's a couple of them that I wanted to get. So, and that's the thing, right? People will wait on Hobby Lobby before they'll go buy all their stuff, because right now, Easter's on sale at 66% off. Okay, Hobby Lobby, you need to throw that Easter stuff on 40% off now. But it's not.
70%.
No, the Patriotic needs to be 40 now, but it's not.
Truly said Hobby Lobby does have their military signs at 50% off this week.
Ooh.
That's good.
Yeah. You just don't want to, I think the max diameter you want to stay within is about 12 inches for a circle. And you can go a little longer. I think the one behind me, I want to say is 14 or 15 inches long.
Yeah.
So you can go a little longer on the rectangular shaped ones. So all my Deco mesh I cut with the wood burning tool. So this will help keep those frays at a minimum. Can't say it makes them go away altogether, but man, it's so much better than it used to be.
Ken said everyone is sold out of the red, white, and blue poly Deco mesh 10-inch.
Oh, but Hobby Lobby has it. Hobby Lobby has it now. That's why they need to go 40%. But you can go in there now, and occasionally, this is what I do at Christmas. The minute they start putting the Christmas stuff in, and it'll probably be in another month or so. Let's hope not. But I will go in there and I will take one roll of ribbon and use my 40% off and get it now. Why? Because if you wait until December to start buying all of your stuff, there won't be anything left. It'll all be bought out. Matter of fact, I think Hobby Lobby is generally all sold out of all their Christmas floral picks and stuff.
Brenda asked, how do you decide on how long to make the ruffles?
You do a mock-up. Like, you can cut a piece, like gauge it. Go on the larger side of what you want to do. So I knew 15 inch would completely cover it. 12 inches would just be like but because this is a pretty thin mesh, I wanted it a little bit thicker. So you could start at 14, put it in there, see how you like the way it looks. If you're okay with that, then cut the rest of them to 14 inches or go down.
And it's easier to cut 2 inches off than have to throw one piece away and
yes.
start over.
You always want to go a little larger, because then you can come back.
Teresa said, where's a good place to get sports placards for wreaths? And
You
she
mean
said, I'd
like
like
the
to make a
names?
Chiefs wreath for myself and not sure where to look.
The Zon.
Amazon. Yep.
When in doubt, go to the Zon. The Amazon. Because they pretty much carry everything. So I'm making sure, I might have miscounted, but I'm making sure I have all of my pieces in. Because I have 2 left. Let me flip them over and double check. Because sometimes they hide. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I got 12. Somebody can't count, and that would be me.
Christine said, looks done.
I know, see, look, it could be a centerpiece. You could throw a candle thing in the middle of that and throw some, what do you call them? The scatters and fillers on them. So, and then put scatters and fillers on your pipe cleaner and there you go, centerpiece.
Yep.
So now we'll add our sign. So like I said, it's really thick. So it's 12 inches in diameter. I'm kind of color coding my pipe cleaners to kind of go in sync. So they're not that obvious on the outside. This is going to cover up those 6 inside ones. So I'm not going to have to worry about the 6 inner ones.
And yes, on the metal sign, she does put her business card on the back side.
I do. Just so should the customer forget, it's always readily available. So as you can see, like if we were to do it this way, it's covering up all those 6 inners. So what I'm going to do is go in right now and cut the 6 inside pipe cleaners off because I'm not going to need them. And I don't want them pushing my sign up. And it also looks tacky if you don't, and your sign kind of leans one way or the other, and people can see your pipe cleaner still sticking there. So you just create a finished look. So I just give them like 4 or 5 more twists, and then cut them off, and then just kind of bend the little sharp tip down. So we'll do this.
Terry, she just uses like her hot glue gun, and she just glues the hot glue onto the back and sticks it right on the back.
The sign?
On the side.
The business card?
Yep.
Yeah. I go around the outside with glue.
Yep.
And then stick it on there. So, I'm going to take this.
Oh, Bobby said, hey, I'm back. I have a question. I'm trying to change my website address from Etsy to my new Shopify site. And whenever I click it, it just takes me to my Etsy site. What am I doing wrong?
Are you on Facebook and trying to change it? I'm lost. Like, where's it? Where are you trying?
I think she's trying to do a tag, right? So where you click on it and it takes her to her site.
So your Shopify site should be whatever your business name is, .com. You don't need to put Shopify in there.
Right.
Because if you add Shopify, I don't know, it's kind of funky about how that works. But I guess there's the question is, did you purchase your own domain address? Because like I purchased KatsCreationsNMore.com. So when I had my website set up, that's my website address on Shopify. I don't have to go like how we do on Etsy. We go etsy.com/shop/ your shop name. Okay, I'm trying to find, and I'm just going to lightly do this one to make sure I get it centered. So having those 6 there helps you to center your sign into knowing, hey, that's the hole in the middle I need to finish. There's that. Okay. So I'm going to pull this down. And then this is where you can kind of play with it a little bit.
Oh, she said no, she put her regular address, but again, she's on her tablet. Maybe that's why.
I do everything on my laptop if it's dealing with stuff pertaining to like Etsy or Shopify, because a mobile browser doesn't allow you to see everything you need to see, and it's so much easier to work that. So now what I'm doing is just pulling my blue up from the middle, and then of course all our little red, white, and blue poofies, we want to make sure that we still see that red, white, and blue poof coming through.
Judy asked, I've never made anything before. What do you honestly think of using a solid red base and then a red, white, and blue ruffle would look like?
Solid red base, I'd probably go with a solid white base.
And then do red, white, and blue.
Yeah, because when you lay a white over red base, you're going to see that red coming through, and it might give you a variation of color. So if you do white, then everything that you're laying on top of it, you're going to get that pure look of color coming right through the wreath, rather than laying blue on top of red, and then it kind of gives it a purple look. So I would go with white. It's cheaper to find white too. You can find it anywhere. You can find it at Walmart. Walmart sells Deco mesh now. So as you can see, what I've done is I've pulled my poofs out in between the ruffles that I did around the center, so that that kind of gives it that red, white, blue with the ruffles. So now we're going to go in and start embellishing. So the ribbon choices that I have for the 2.5, I'm going to show you all these. We're still going to pop those bright, vivid like patterns, but then we're going to come back in and tone it down with some solids. So the 2.5-inch ribbons are all cut to 13 inches for the tails. And let's see, I have my book. I don't know where these came from. These were actually in a bin, so I had like 12 of these left over, so I was like, I'm gonna use these. So I don't know where these came from. So this is my question mark one. The America the Beautiful that came from Craft Outlet, and then this red, white, and blue stars and stripes came from Paper Mart. So see, Paper Mart again. So we are going to mix these up, so it's gonna be, doesn't matter what goes where. The pipe cleaners will matter more later. But knowing, let's see, we're taking blue, I believe, and it's getting laid on this. The red, yeah, I think this is what I was doing. So, knowing that I'm going to take the 1.5 inch and add it to this, I'm going to go ahead and add in my, what do you call it, stars and stripe. This isn't stripe, this is just stripe. Red, white, and blue stripe is going to go wherever the red pipe cleaner is.
Joanne, so the red and white Deco mesh is a full 21-inch roll of Deco mesh. She did the poof design, so there's no measurements on that. She just did the poof design with 10-inch poofs, and then she went in after that with the blue 10-inch Deco mesh cut to 13 inches and did the ruffle on that.
He's such a good recapper. Thank you, baby. So, and then I'm going to do the white. No. Now that I thought about it, what I want white for, I'm going to do this one.
Hi Shirley.
Yes.
She said, hi Kenzie, hope you're all doing well.
Yeah, I
Me
mean,
too.
Oh, that's right. I'm feeling better now. Wasn't anticipating having multiple dental work needing to be done. But yeah, I am not a fan of the dentist by any means. I just think that dental dental technology should have advanced a lot more than where it is.
I just think they should put you to sleep, do the work, and then let you wake
You
up.
can. You can go to that twilight sleep, and don't think I wasn't thinking about that the whole time I'm there. But it's like, here's how you relieve dental anxiety. When you go to the dentist and you have a problem, like I cracked my crown, prepare the patient right there. When I call you and I say I have a cracked crown, you need to plan ahead and book out some time, because the only time you're going to get me to agree to stay is right then and there, because I don't have anywhere to go, and I'm already feeling, anxious anyway. So just do the work right then and there. So I was really thrilled that my dentist this time decided to do that, because I can't chicken out.
Elaine said she's got an Etsy comment.
Uh-huh.
Have you noticed that they don't list if someone has something in their cart?
They don't list.
Have you noticed that they don't list if someone has something in their cart? I just noticed this a few days ago.
What do you mean they don't list?
What do you mean they don't list?
Because all your stuff is still available. You can have, if you only have one item available, you can have 4 or 5 people click on that item and put it in their cart, and it's whoever buys it first if there's only one item left.
Mm-hmm.
So you should show listings on everything, because I see it all the time in my shop. It'll be like, 4 people have this in their cart, and I'm like, well, that's great. There's only one of them. So what are we going to do? Does that mean we make more?
Mm-hmm. Karen Gonzalez is on. Hi, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
And then Kathy Fox actually said she loves her dentist. That's good. That's rare.
I used to like my dentist when I was a kid, because I got to pick out of the toy box. Maybe that's it. They need to give us adult version toy boxes to pick from.
Yeah.
Like, you get a free movie rental with
Terry
billing.
said Valium helps.
I
Yeah.
did. I took a Xanax before I went, because I already knew my blood pressure was going to be off the charts.
Doctors don't even prescribe stuff anymore, though.
Yeah, they're trying really hard. Yeah, Xanax and Valium and all that stuff's going away. I'm like fighting with my doctor
I think
to
it's
do
just
that.
this state, California.
No, I think it's every state now, because everyone's going drug crazy for everything, which I get it. But I'm sorry, if you have a lot of dental work done, you need some stuff to just relax you.
Oh, Cat is all. He's my husband.
Ah, there you go. That would be a reason to like him. So she never has to worry when she has a dental emergency.
Yeah.
So I'm just going through and alternating these and going all the way around.
Oh, Judy said, I love my roses I got from you.
Thank you, Judy. She got the, I want to say red and purple. Red and purple? I think so.
The maroon and purple?
Yeah, maroon and purple. That's red. And then, yeah, and then I have a couple people asking me to make yellow ones. Hello, there's no yellow Deco mesh. Not the kind I want to make him with anyway. So I think I might have found a way to cheat through that. Like, to still deliver good quality when there's no yellow Deco mesh anywhere. Who would have ever thought? If I would have known that yellow would have ran out, I would have ordered yellow like at Christmas.
Judy said yes, the red and the purple.
Red and purple. Okay, I was right. I don't like them. Did you put them both up in your house? I want to see pictures. I love to see pictures of the stuff on customers' doors. I remember one lady bought a chicken wreath from me, and she actually used it in her chicken coop. That's where it went. So I was like, okay. White is this. We're almost down. I think I have one more to go. One more to go. And then we'll come in and add our 1.5 inch.
How many cuts of each ribbon?
I did. So I have 3 different 2.5 inch ribbons. So I cut 4 pieces of 13-inch long tails, and then I dovetail cut the ends. And then we're just putting those in. So they kind of just alternate red, white, and blue, red, white, and blue. So this is what it looks like right now. So you can see how there's so much pattern right now. Okay, so now we need to tone that down just a touch. It's like we bring it up, bring it down. Okay, the blue is going where the blue pipe cleaners are. So this blue, we actually got this from Shanetta. It looks like it's glitter, but it's not. It's actually like a little fuzzy tinsel, but I totally love this. I had cut a darker navy blue, and then I remember I had this, so I was like, I know, I'm going to get that, because I bought it for my beach wreaths. But I thought, it's going to look really good on these. It'll look really good on the military wreaths too. So you have an option. Once you add your tails, which are cut to 15-inch pieces, you can do what I'm doing, which is kind of creating a little chevron bow, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm laying these in on top of...
Like a little awareness bow, you mean?
Yeah, it's like a little awareness ribbon. So let me finish making this one and fluff that real pretty. So it looks like this. So you can cut your pipe cleaner off, like do the 5 twist deal, cut it off, and then I tuck it behind the ribbon, like I pinch it so that the sharp edge is behind the actual ribbon. Or you can leave the pipe cleaner on, and then you have the option of, because they're short little guys right now, they're not overly long like they were, you can glue the little foam stars on them, or you can glue the little glitter balls on them and add that to your wreath as well. So,
and the little awareness ribbons actually help to fill the gap.
I have a thing about gaps.
Yeah.
You have to put something in
where
there.
all the ties are. Yep.
So I just create them using the 15-inch pieces. I just roll them together, take 2 inches at the top to make your loop, and then this little pinch part will actually go in on the pipe cleaner.
Towards the sign.
Right, it'll go right in there, twist your pipe cleaner, and then what I do is I pull it here and then pull the other side around so that it actually is an awareness ribbon. So we're skipping all the white ones for now. So I'm just doing the red and the blue. So I'm gonna do these really quick. It's funny, the red pipe cleaners are super thick.
Were they?
They're very thick. So we will take these, turn these around, and we're skipping the whites so that we can add the little flex tubing to where the white is. So blues are where the blues are going. And that helps a lot of times, is color coordinating your ribbons. Like when you're laying it all out and planning it, like I had all my ribbon laying here, and I would just come around with ribbon rolls and I would lay it on top of them and go, which one do I like better? Knowing I wanted to put 3 different colors on top. So that's how I pick my ribbons.
Surely the solid ribbon, the red and the blue, is cut to 15 inches.
Yeah, you need that length in order to create a fairly good loop and to still give you enough for your tails. Any shorter than that, it would be big loop and then just little tails sticking out. So doing it this way, it kind of
And
makes
you've
it
done
pretty
14
even.
inches before, but it's, 1 inch doesn't make that much.
It just depends on how far you want them to stick out.
Right.
Like when you're doing a poof, they're kind of going in that cavity. So having them with a little bit longer tails just helps them to not get lost. So we will flip. Okay. So there's that. And the blue. We'll just zip around. This is where you wish you could fast forward. What other questions do you guys have?
As they're asking, we're answering them pretty much for the most part. Judy said not yet. I'm at my grandson's right now. She'll take pictures of the rose wreaths and send it to you later.
Gotcha.
Gail said I need to finish a patriotic wreath this weekend. I have to use all my ribbon that I won. This wreath looks amazing.
I saw all your ribbon.
But she won. I know, right?
That was good though.
That is good.
Make do. Get those things listed in your shop and start marketing them like crazy.
Christine said I adore this wreath.
Thank you, Christine.
Melody said it's so pretty, and Jean said this wreath is becoming outstanding looking.
Thanks.
We're all using different verbs.
I know. That's funny because I think we do that a lot when we're commenting or people say, look what I just made. Someone's like, wonderful, amazing, stunning, beautiful. And then we started doing keywords because I was like, I'm going to start challenging you guys to think creatively outside of the box for keywords, which is how are you going to list this on Etsy, which could be what do you guys have for keywords for this. This is your homework for everybody. Keywords are search terms people would use to type in a search bar to find this wreath.
Yep.
It's a highly technical term called SEOs, search engine optimization, which is which words would people type in more popular to find your particular wreath.
Yep. Kathleen said just order 2 of those signs.
Yay!
Kim said, have you ever shown how you cut your Deco mesh with the wood burner?
Yes, I had.
Just did it last week, didn't we?
When did I do
Didn't
that?
we cut a couple of them last week?
What did we make? We didn't do it with the Americana grapevine.
No, it was the one before that.
What did we make? Didn't we do something in the private group? I think we might have shown how to do that.
Was it the rosary?
The rosary is private. Okay. But yes, I have. If you go to YouTube and look up April showers, I happen to know that one off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Because I was asked that question so many times. I was like, somebody found it and they're like, it's in your April showers wreath. I'm all, thank you.
Yeah, we've done it quite a couple times at least though. Shown how to cut it.
So now, in all those spots where I have the stars and stripes, I'm going to use all 3 different types of flex tubing. So the goal is to take it and drop it on the floor.
Oh, Gail said you did it in the private group making the angel.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
See, I told you.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take our blue, and then we're going to take our red. So we're going to add this, just to kind of give it some more sparkle, because I like the flex tubing because it has a metallic look to it. And you don't have to be like overly perfect and like it has to be red, white, and blue. So you just kind of drop it on the floor, and then you're just going to make little loops. I just do them this way.
Kim asked, is there a limit of keywords that you can use?
In Etsy, there's 140, but in the Google, no. But it's generally what happens when someone types in like Patriotic Wreath, and then it's going to yield you every single person who's ever made a Patriotic Wreath. So you're like, okay, that's not what I'm looking for. So you dial it down and you make it a little bit more detailed. Like, what specifically are you looking for? I want something, you know, God Bless America. So you're going to look up God Bless America, Patriotic Wreath.
Right.
And then you're going to get, hopefully, in Etsy or even in Google, it's going to give you just those results. So I just take these and I'm just adding them right into the ones with the white ribbon. So I stock up on the flex tubing in all different colors. Dollar Tree throughout the year will carry it. It's $1 a bag, and I want to say it's not quite the full like 30 feet,
I think
but
it's
it
like
might
26
be
feet or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, for $1,
Yeah, you can't beat
you
it.
just start stocking up on them.
Judy asked, how much is this wreath?
This one that I'm doing is 80, but we're actually going to come in and add a bow to it too. So I'm just fixing the outside. So we're going to make a bow because I have my bow here.
And she already has it listed on her Etsy shop.
You guys know it's always listed.
It just has the Facebook photo or
it has the God Bless America sign.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It just depends on what Etsy decides to show.
Okay.
But yeah.
Gotcha, Gail.
What?
Gail, keeping me honest. Gail's all, Judy just asked how much this wreath is for sale for.
Oh. Yeah.
I try to wait until she's done speaking, and then once she pauses, then I
ask.
can ask. Yeah.
Okay. So, I just like using the flex tubing.
And then Deborah asks, when you put your wreaths on Etsy, do you answer all the questions they ask about you, the product, or just certain ones?
On Etsy, there's not really any questions they can ask you. So, on Etsy, it's just a shop.
Yeah.
So you're writing your listing, hoping that you're answering as many of the questions you think people are going to ask. But some people might reach out and contact you, like say, would this fit inside a screen door? Could you make me 2? I want to put one, I have a double door in my front. Can you make me 2? And in that case, then yeah, you would open stuff up. I think I got them all. 1. I'm just making sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Gene, the Deco mesh tubing was going into all the places where she said she wasn't.
That had the white bow.
That had the white bow.
Or the
right.
white pipe cleaner.
White.
So it went wherever I had the star and stripes, so red, white, and blue. I just added red, white, and blue tubing to it. Just so it kind of like, the red has glitter along the outside, has a couple speckles. The blue definitely pops, but something just to add that sparkle. And then now we'll add a bow. So I'm thinking, I always...
Julie said your prices are so reasonable. Thank you, Julie.
I try to keep them reasonable.
And Bev said you could also stick the tubing in your bow dabber to hold it.
Yes, you could. I like just doing it this way, and then I just kind of lean up on the counter to hold it until I twist it, and then I can pull it and do it again. So I think I might just do, let's try one on the bottom, because the thing that you always fight is you're looking at your wreath and you're like, okay, what weighs up? How do you want to do it? And then if you put a bow, say here, you have the challenge that it's going to block some of your letters. So doing something down here on the bottom and allowing it to cascade down is always an option.
I would say straight on the bottom.
Straight, like right here?
Yeah.
Oh, here.
You want on the side? Okay.
We'll make the bow and then figure out where it's going to go. So the color choice is, we're back to the blue. We're going to do a red satin. And the only reason I chose the red satin over this one that I had is I'm not sure if I wanted to do 1 or 2 bows. So I wanted to make sure I had plenty of ribbon in the event we wanted to go 2. So we'll go blue down.
Belinda said, hello, Kat. Finally got to catch you live. Hi, Belinda.
Thank you for joining us. Okay, bow dabber. So I'm just using 1.5 inches because I want to keep my bow small. I don't want it this big, gigantic bow. So we're going to do the 1.5 inches blue. Then I'm going to come in with this, it's a white canvas with red, white, and blue stars. And then I'm just going to do a red satin with the glitter on the outside. So to start it, here's the dovetail for those people who are new. You fold it in half with your wired edges touching, and so you're going to cut from the fold to the tip of your wired ribbon. So this will give you the perfect dovetail. And let's see. You guys know that when I do them on the bottom, I like to do longer tails.
Gail is saying I'm thinking longer tails and curl them.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm thinking, let's go 20-inch. Let's go crazy and do 20-inch tails. So we'll still keep the bow small, but long tails. So using the bow dabber, it's all going to be about the twist. So right side fabric facing you, then twist. And then what it does is for the loop, it's going to put the wrong side fabric facing you so that when you go up and over, it's just easier for me to turn it, up and over, and then twist. Now you have the bow with the right side material on the outside. And these are going to be 4.5 inch loops.
Kim Wood said, I'm glad you don't fast forward your videos because you give us so much information while you're working.
No, I mean, like, I think I've done it in the past where I find like ways that I can kind of cheat. Like when we're doing a base and it's all Ruffles, and I'm like, rather than watch me do the whole base, I'm like, let's fast forward. It's already done. Now we can embellish. So I'm gonna do 4. Let me untwist this. So I'm gonna do 2 loops on each side of each color. So I'm starting with 4.5 inches on the blue. So I'm going to do 2 of those, always twisting. And then remember, I've got my 20-inch tail. So I'm going to go from here.
Pam said, very nice. I'm having a time wiring my signs. Seems like I'm pushing them in too far.
Yeah, don't.
Don't do that.
I mean, I could have probably taken it, and what ends up happening is it bows your sign.
Right.
And so that should tell you it's a little too tight. Just loosen it up so it's sitting in there firm, but not like overly like way crunched down.
That's probably the perfect tip you said is when you feel it start to bow, then you push down on it too far.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why the first one I always just put it lightly so it's not going to move, and then I do the bottom one and then I check placement, and then you can go back in if you're happy with everything. So we always dovetail.
And then Belinda said, I love you both. I am learning so much from you and love your beautiful wreaths.
Thank you.
I play your videos all the time. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you gals, go ahead and feel free to share and like.
So we're going to do 20-inch tails too. But this time I'm only going to do 4-inch loops. So I'm going to bring this in just a little bit so that it's going to get progressively smaller. And what I do is I just line it up on like an even, so it's on the 20-inch line. And then I just pull my loops until it gets down to the like 4 inches over, so 16. And then it gives me that perfect 4-inch. So I just do it on the bottom ones, and then the top ones I just have to match. So that's what you see me doing, constantly checking and then pulling them in like so. And then when it comes time to do the other ones, you just match. So you just kind of twist and put your fingers in the loop and just pull on them until they're at the right length. And then we'll do it again.
Terry asked, do you use a holder when mask cutting deco mesh? No. No.
No, I use a basket. Like mask cutting, I don't have a mask cut. I always cut one at a time. Like one at a time.
But it's still quick with the wood burner tool.
Yeah.
It's quicker than that sealer.
The impulse sealer?
Yeah.
I just watched too many people try, and then they're like having to push it down again, push it down again, and then they're like tearing the deco mesh. I'm like, wood burner, done. And then we're out.
Yes, Alvina, all the ribbons are wired.
Yes. This way, if the customer puts it back in the wreath box that it came in, saving it for next year, then when it comes time and their ribbons are all laying flat because it sat in that box all year, they can take the ribbons and just refluff them out. So the satin's going to be really pretty. So the red, white, and blue stars came from Craft Outlet. This one came from Shinoda, although you might be able to buy it on Craft Outlet. I don't know, it's like a tinsel royal blue. And then the red I got last year at Joann's during Christmas. Yeah. So we'll do the same thing. I'm going to bring this one into 15 because this one's going to be a little bit shorter.
So she's staggering her tail shorter as she goes.
Well, I didn't on the red, white, and blue ones. Normally I do. Make sure I did that one right. So wherever you left off on your tail, and it was weird because it was like upside down for me, you start on the opposite side. So tail ended here, so I have to start my tail here. And then I'm going to bring this loop into like 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to use a 15-inch line and measure it to 12. You always want to make sure it's in the middle though. And then once you've got your dimensions down, then you can just go to town knocking out your ribbons.
Patricia asked, how do you ship centerpieces?
Great question.
You actually don't ship it with the candle or anything like that. You just ship
I
it.
don't sell the centerpieces with the candles in it.
Right.
All my centerpieces are without. Number one, it saves the customer shipping because the weight of that candle and all the stuff you'd have to do to try, like even your lantern swags. I just sell, like, if we were doing this as a centerpiece and you could have, without adding the sign, just add all the embellishment. I would probably come back in and add the little glitter balls, some stars off of the pipe cleaners, and then I would add maybe like 3 bows if I was doing this as a centerpiece for a table. I think it would look really pretty. And we'll do that. I'll teach you guys how to do a centerpiece using a wreath technique, because then your customer gets dual purpose. So if you make it to where the sign is removable, you take pictures of it being utilized in a couple different ways, as a centerpiece, as a candle holder, as a cake plate display thing. It just helps the customer go, I never thought about using it like that. That's pretty interesting. So I'm taking my pipe cleaner and now I'm going to grab all of these layers, hold these in between my fingers like a little V, bring my pipe cleaner through, and you're just going to twist and just hold all your layers. This is Galen Tails. At the very bottom. So I want God Bless obviously to be centered. So this is my top. So I'm going to bring my bow down here on the bottom. So I am looking. It's going to be pretty much right where the main star is going to be. So I'm just going to come in here. Put your hand underneath so that you can feed it down through the Deco mesh. You want to attach it to the metal frame and not the Deco mesh, otherwise your bow will just wind up being all floppy.
Alan said, hi there, how are you all doing? I'm watching from Manchester in
England?
the UK. Yep.
Wow, thanks for joining us. Love having our England neighbors.
And we have a close friend there from, what town is he in?
Sleaford.
Sleaford, that's right.
Sleaford. So now I'm just looking at placement. So making sure, like, here's the thing, right? You don't want to pull your ribbon all the way down to the frame because it's going to go like a little, like a V shape. But you definitely want to make sure you're attaching it to the frame. And then you want to make sure you pull all your tails down because we want the tails to cascade off the bottom. So let's pull them all down.
Deborah said, I would like to make the sunflower wreath on the round board, learn how to make it.
Oh, that's easy. We're going to actually be doing that in the private group here soon.
Yep, Deborah, definitely reach out to Kat and join her private group. Deborah Reeves.
Man.
I don't think she's in the private group.
Well, if you're in the private group,
It's already there.
yeah, well, the daisy is, which is a form of
Right.
that. So I am starting with the blue. It's weird. Why am I blue? Unstuck. There we go. So we're gonna do our blues. We finally got the ribbons all orientated down to the bottom. And then we're just gonna grab our loops and pull. And here I don't have to worry so much because I'm not gonna be impeding any of the words on the sign because I'm just covering the star. And then we'll do the red.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She is in the private group.
Okay.
So Deborah, yeah, it's there for you to watch.
It's not the sunflower. It's called an African daisy, and it's the same theory. But it depends on what type of sunflower you're looking for. Because some people want it to be more of the poly burlap mesh, which we'll be doing. I had to order all my boards to make sure I had everything ready for that. So yes, we will be doing that in our private group in May. It's on my calendar. And now we just fluff.
Delia asked, have you started on my wreath?
Who?
Delia?
I just got the ribbon in today. I was seriously holding everything for that. It was crazy.
Oh, is that the football one?
The Steelers wreath.
Steelers wreath. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I just got the last thing in. So we're making it this weekend, and I'm shipping it out to you on Monday. So, yes, I know, I was so thrilled because I've been compiling all the components. I'm like, I had to wait for footballs to come in, and had to wait for the ribbon to come in, and then had to wait for the sign to come in. Okay, so let me show you what it looks like.
In fact, she was just telling me this morning, I have everything except the ribbon.
Except the ribbon. What the heck? Can't find the right ribbon. Okay, so here's what it's gonna look like on our door. So this is what Gal suggested doing. So you want to make sure your ribbon number one is straight, and then you can curl it like this, and then you just kind of let it kind of coil. There's so many things you can do. You can do little coils, you can do little spirals. You can kind of pull them down. So we're just kind of doing this so that it kind of is fun, like curlies. Like so.
You know what's funny is it looks like a giant competition award ribbon.
Wow, thanks. Thanks, babe.
No, I mean, it's cool looking.
So
like
is that first place?
Yeah.
Because blue's generally first place, right?
Blue or gold, it just depends.
Yeah. It depends, I guess, on what your event is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's so many different things you can do. That's why I like doing the Patriotic Wreath, because it's all about sparkle. It's all about different things. There's a different look, like if you're doing the Americanas with the more tan and rustic look.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And she did the bow red on top, white in the middle, blue at the ends.
Yes. Well, I did not mean for that to turn out that way. I was just like thinking, well, kind of want red to be more on the top. I don't know. Do you think it needs another one on the top?
Another bow?
Like a smaller one. Not long tails, but just right here.
What do you guys think? Do you think it needs another bow on the top on the opposite side?
Like right here? Like completely opposite of this one. Like that. What do you guys think? I think it needs one, so I'm going to start working on that while everybody else. Steve's just like kind of doing the dog
Well,
head.
if you center, it still kind of seems tilted. So if you center God and bless with America exactly on the bottom, it seems like now it's way off to the side.
It's just how you pull.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right here where I wanted it on the star. And that's why if I keep it here, I'm not going to really have to worry about.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do that. So while you guys are all doing
Maureen said yes. Tina said yes, but Terry, Gloria, Liz say no. Delia says yes.
I'm doing
Gail
it with
says
really
go
small
for it.
size. I'm just going to do really small tails so I don't have a big, huge cascading thing. So I'm going to keep it a little bit smaller. So I can do this one pretty quick. So I think we'll just keep these 4 inches with 8-inch tails all the way through. So we'll do it pretty quick. Once you get really good at using your Bodabra,
The yeses have it.
the yeses have it.
That's
They're
the-
like, well,
that's the
technically we
majority.
can all say no. She's still making a vote anyway. I just think it needs something else. That's me. It's 4th of July. It needs some more bling. So that's what we're doing. But we should be able to get through this pretty quick. I just think it needs more. Okay, that one's done. This one's in. So see, we'll have this done in no time.
Yeah, I like how you can still see the poofs of the red and the white, you know, hidden behind it.
Hidden but not.
Right, hidden but not totally hidden.
Right. So because I'm just doing these 4 inches, I only have to do, like, keep everything even to the blue at the bottom. So it's super easy when you have everything consistent. So you just take your first measurement and then you just keep everything the same. So there's that one. So while I'm finishing this up, let me tell you guys what's going on for the month of May, because I don't know if you guys have seen the email that went out. There was a little bit of confusion in there because I alluded to the fact that I was closing the private group. Let me rephrase that. Not closing it. I am closing the membership soon because, what is it? August, towards the end of August through the rest of the year is our super, super busy time. So I want to be focusing on the people who are signing up, getting them ready, getting their shops open if they want to sell, making sure that they have enough of a variety in their shops to sell. So teaching them as much stuff as I possibly can during the summer where we're kind of slow. So we will be closing it to new members, meaning everybody else who's in, you're good. You don't have to worry about anything. You're not getting kicked out. We're going to do that. So the month of May is going to be like crazy crunch time for us. It's finishing up with stuff because parents are getting ready to go on summer vacation. It's a little long. So we are not closing it. So I had people panic and they're like, no, I just joined. I'm all, you're fine. We're just not.
She's just closing it to new member for new members. That's
Then
all.
we can just focus on what we have and get everything ready to go for launch date. So there we go.
So if you haven't joined yet,
You want to join. So it's less than a Starbucks cup of coffee. That's what I say. It's less than a cup of coffee at Starbucks a week. And then you get access to all my tutorials. You'll get all the business classes that are going to start in May. We're doing 4 business classes and then 4 specialty tutorials for the group. So that's what the group members will get. And then it's just going to get, I'm so excited because I've learned so much and I want to be able to really take it up bigger than what we did last year. So that's where we're going. That's the direction we're headed. So I'm like, yeah, I want to do that. So now, again, attaching it to the frame through the Deco mesh. That's always the challenge, especially on a Pouf, because you've like doubled and tripled some of the layers.
Liz, so her Friday night class will always be for a public group?
Yep.
So there's no cost?
Anything.
Yep. She's always had that open, and that's where she does a lot of her wreath tutorials. But the private group will be more specially.
Like garlands, and we do like in Christmas, it'll all be like how to decorate a Christmas tree. Because there's some people that are starting to do that now as a business.
Mantles, yep.
They're doing Christmas tree homes, like they're decorating homes for Christmas. So we're teaching you how to do that and how to find some like inexpensive time savers that you can incorporate. We did mantles, we did swags, corner swags, angel tree toppers,
Christmas
candy
tree.
canes, ribbon stuff, Santa hats, elf hats. Oh Lord, there was a lot. So I'm super excited because we're looking now at what we want to make going forward and making sure that we're addressing what members want to see.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're going. That's the direction we're headed. So you know, like people are telling you want the sunflower wreath, and it's like, okay, we'll find a way, we'll teach it. So.
And the prize group is $17 a month.
Mm-hmm.
You get all that plus all of her material list for every wreath she makes.
Yeah, this is why my members will sit back and watch during our lives, because they don't have to worry about doing materials list or where'd she buy that, what was the dimensions. They already get everything already it's a cut and paste kind of thing. It has all the SKU numbers, where I bought everything. So can't guarantee that it'll always be there because I don't have control over inventory at the stores, but
Donna, she got the design from Shinoda, but other people saying you could get it from
the Wreath shop, or
I think they said Craft Outlet.
was it Craft Outlet?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can look. Just look. I think there's one of them that does a wood grain sign to it. So just double check.
But this is the metal sign, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just taking these and kind of pulling the ribbon tails to the back. Just like so. So it's not covering our word. Okay. Let's put this one up. So I'm trying to make sure I hit the little thing that I have on there. Okay. What do you guys think? So we have not impacted the words on our sign at all. I think it's all, these will all need to get refound so that they're all ready for, this is all the stuff you do for your photos. You make sure that all of your tails are standing out, that all the colors of everything that you've used is able to be viewed. So this is how I prep for all my pictures.
Yep, the other bow looks better. It kind of evens things out. Yep.
See? I told you. It just looked like it needed something. It was like, I need something.
Maureen said beautiful. Julie said beautiful. Gail said the material list is huge, plus especially if you're out shopping for your items, you have the material list.
You just take it with you. And we started to incorporate keywords. So some people charge you for a keyword list, like the patriotic one. I just finished that Friday. So it helps you when you go to list a patriotic wreath on Etsy. You just pull that keyword out and just go through the list. And I've already ran it through the algorithms to find the most popular keywords, so that when you're putting those in there, those should, depending upon if you have all the other things in place, help customers find you in Etsy or on Facebook or on Google, however you're going to sell.
Elvina asked, when is the last day to join the private group?
I haven't decided yet. I have not come up with that plan first, but I haven't decided if it'll be before summer or just as we're launching into summer, but right at that either end of May or beginning of June, I think, is what we're looking at, so that we can take the 3 months of summer where it's kind of slow and really focus on, let's get the designs done, let's make sure your materials are done. So yeah. Wow, this one's like way out there. Okay. There we go. All right.
So now you can segue into how do you join the group, because a couple gals are asking.
Oh, KatsCreationsNMore.com. Simple. It's my website, so it's just like it's on my apron, and then just add the letter N and then the word more, MORE.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom past all the stuff that's there. At the very bottom, it'll say like information about the private group. If you click where the text starts and you click on see more, it'll open up everything. So it'll list all of the benefits of the group. The incredible community that we have is my favorite thing. Business classes on everything that you could possibly think of. We get you started on Facebook business, Etsy business, Pinterest, Instagram. We're going to start, can't really start YouTube because there's not an awful lot of people doing live videos yet, but some other ways of bringing revenue into your shop and ensuring, like, what are the things that are prohibiting you. You could have the nicest shop and the nicest stuff, but if that's all you've done basically posted stuff in Etsy and you're waiting for it to sell, you're going to be waiting a long time because you have to be driving that traffic in from somewhere. Unless people are like on Etsy and they're Etsy regulars, they're not going to find you because there's some people who just don't shop Etsy. So how can we get your items sold? Things you can do locally, stuff like that. So, all right.
Teresa, she's the one that loves doing the little catchphrases. She's all, that's glory us.
Oh, I thought it was Sheila last time.
Was it Sheila?
I thought it was Sheila with the mermaid because everything was like, it's mermazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a really good group of people. So, and our group is fairly small. It's a little under, I think, 200 people.
Hi, Molly.
So, Molly, your friend Molly?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Melinda said hi from Ohio. I really enjoy watching your lives, trying to find a way to join. She's on limited income.
Okay.
And then Wilhelmine asked about what about Amazon Handmade? Their fees are expensive.
Their fees are very expensive, and there's all kinds of things to go into Amazon Handmade, which is number one, their fees are the highest. I think they're up there with like eBay. Like if you're an eBay seller, and then you have to have your inventory. I believe Amazon has to have a way of being able to control that inventory so that if they have Prime shipping, they're able to ship it in the 2-day window. And then, because I have a brother that sells on Amazon, and anything that does not sell or comes back as a return, you get back charged for that. So Etsy is a nice platform for beginners because it lets you know, do you have an audience? Do you have people that are like wanting to purchase from you? And then it sets you up for, okay, well, let's get you started on a web page, because a web page is a lot less than it would be to do something like Amazon Handmade, because you're relying on Amazon to feed customers to you, but you have to be the one to decide what kind of customers do you want shopping from you. So that's how we kind of are trying to help you guys figure out what direction do you want to go, what kind of customers do you want, what are the price points you want to sell at. And then the thing that I think most people get a little gun shy on is they think, well, I can never sell an $80 wreath in my community. Well, I can't sell one in my community either. But we don't sell in our community. We sell, what do you call it, like to
nationwide.
Nationwide. Thank you. Although it's not on our side. And that's where our customers are coming from. They're coming from all over. So there's a buyer out there for every wreath. Our goal is to help you try to find a way to get that customer to find your item so that they can purchase it from you. And then we're going to be working on customer service and things not to do, and I don't know, just a whole lot of, I'm super excited because I want to like give you all this information, but little bites.
Yep.
Little bite size. So in May, everything's changing for the good, for really good.
Audrey said thank you for another fantastic Crafty Friday. Love your work.
So private group, what are we doing on Sunday? We are making a beach lantern swag. Never done that one before. So lantern swags are very popular for some reason. You can put them anywhere. You can put them on your mantle. You can put them like on your candle sconces. They don't have to just be for a lantern. They turn into table runners. There's like multiple ways to use a lantern swag. So private members, we're doing that on Sunday at 5. So if you want to join, and then you can participate in that. We do it Sundays at 5 Pacific Standard Time. So 7 Central, 8 Eastern. And we're doing beach swag, beach lantern swag. And then Sunday, here's the last little bit. Join my email list. It's at the same website, KatsCreationsNMore.com at the very bottom. That's where I give you all the changes that are coming. You'll get a schedule for what's going on that week. I'm still figuring out the email thing, but you'll get what's coming next week. So we're going to kind of say that as like a teaser. So it'll be posted too on our main page on Sunday evening. What all's changing, what all is coming up, what we're making next Friday.
Joanne, it might not have been on earlier, but she said, or asked, what will you price this wreath at? Which you already said.
80.
80?
Yeah. This one's going for 80.
Yep.
So it's up there. So if you want to go, it's on my Etsy shop. It's Cats Creations 777. starting to do the website a little bit more. So 777 on Etsy if you want to find me.
Yep.
And that's it. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We're off to go see Marvel.
No, this weekend.
What is it? The Avengers? Endgame.
Endgame.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Somewhere.
Maybe. I just don't want to see it when it's too
Yeah,
crowded.
we're not opening weekend people. We like go like Monday night when everybody's like, we're done with work. We just want to go home. We're like, let's go to the movies. So we'll do something. But have a great weekend, everybody. And thanks for joining me. If you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. I'll talk to you soon. Good night, everyone.